Welcome to NFL Daily, sponsored by RexMD. Log on to rexmd.com/chat, the number one leader in men's telehealth. We'll tell you more about them coming up later on in the show. Coming up today on NFL Daily, I have my top 32 NFL quarterback rankings. Here is what we are going to do. I am going to predict every starting quarterback across the National Football League for all 32 teams. And I'll tell you how they stack up among all the quarterbacks across the league. We'll give you that list coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, who is your favorite QB of all time? Now, I'm not asking who the best is. I'm asking who your personal favorite is. So, in theory, there's no wrong answers here. Let us know in the chat who your favorite NFL QB is of all time. There's a lot of great ways you could go with this one. Let us know in the comments section who your favorite is and tell me who it is your favorite. So let's break this down for you. We're going to go 32 all the way to 1, start from the bottom, work our way to the top. Let's get started with the rookie from the Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson. I do think Richardson is going to start day one. I think Gardner Minshew is going to end up being the backup, but Anthony Richardson is a project. He's very raw. He wasn't that great of a passer in college. I think that's a problem entering the National Football League, but he's got his work cut out for him. I'll put him at 32 for now. 31, Sam Howell, the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell, I do not have a whole lot of confidence in. When we saw him finish his career at North Carolina, he was a turnover machine. Now, he does have Eric Bieniemy as his offensive coordinator, and I think Bieniemy is one of, if not the best OCs in the NFL, but I think the chain is going to be short. The leash is going to be short on Sam Howell as far as his concern goes with the Washington Commanders. At 30, Desmond Ridder. And I know that there are some doubters on Desmond Ridder. I would say personally that I feel better about Desmond Ridder than probably a lot of people do, despite having him 30 on my list, because last year he looked fine. Although he only played a few games, didn't play a whole lot last year, he did what was asked of him and then some. So I'm okay with Desmond Ridder. I think that I am more optimistic about him probably than some people are, but let's see what he can prove at this point. I thought he showed some flashes, some good signs at the end of 2022. 29 on the list is Jordan Love, the new starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I am very worried about Jordan Love. There's obviously some raw talent, some raw athleticism, but if you're replacing Aaron Rodgers, if the Packers were comfortable enough to move on from Aaron Rodgers, there's got to be something that they see in Jordan Love to give him this shot, this opportunity. 28 for me is C.J. Stroud. I think when you look at the quarterbacks in this draft, C.J. Stroud was the most NFL ready. Now, Bryce Young's got the highest upside, but I think C.J. Stroud's the most NFL ready. Going to be very fascinating to see how things work out in Houston. But let's look at Jordan Love, our 29th quarterback on this list. Here's the numbers. This is all we've seen throughout his 3 years in the National Football League to this point. Completion percentage near 67%. He's only thrown for a little less than 200 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interception. Those were his stats in 2022. That was it. Now, let's see what he does with a full sample size this upcoming season. Do you believe in Jordan Love? Is he going to be the guy that can get the job done for Green Bay? If you think so, that's our pinned comment today. Type Y for yes. If you think not, type in for no. Tell me what you think. Y for yes, in for no. Do you believe in Jordan Love or not? Fellas, do you sometimes lack confidence in the bedroom? Do you wish you could have a more fulfilling sex life? Well, you're not alone. That's why we're excited to tell you about RexMD, the online source for men's wellness. RexMD offers an easy and discreet way to get the medication you need for ED without having to visit a doctor's office. With just a few clicks, you can have your medication delivered straight to your door at a fraction of the cost of traditional pharmacies. RexMD's team of licensed physicians will work with you to find the right treatment plan, and their medication is made in the USA, so you can trust its quality. Plus, Their customer service team is available 24/7 to answer your questions or concerns you may have. So if you're ready to take control of your sex life and say goodbye to ED, head over to rexmd.com/chat and start your consultation today. Take advantage of their best deal they've ever offered and save up to 90% off and only pay $2 per dosage with our exclusive link. Go to rexmd.com/chat for a limited time deal. Starter packs of generic Viagra or Cialis are now available for our listeners to get started. That's rexmd.com/chat for up to 90% off while supplies last. Number 27 on our list is Bryce Young of the Carolina Panthers. And I look at Bryce Young, I think that he'll be the Rookie of the Year, but I'm very concerned about the team around him there in Carolina. I think that's going to somewhat limit him this upcoming season. 26 is Kenny Pickett. Got off to a slow start as a rookie in 2022, but had a nice finish to the year. His ceiling, Kenny Pickett, you might want to save this one for later. I think that he's going to be like a Ryan Tannehill type quarterback potentially for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see if he can get beyond that, but I think realistically that's who he's going to be. Brock Purdy I have at 25. He was Mr. Irrelevant at the end of the 2022 draft, but he was anything but that with how well he played in 2022. And I got to tell you, I'm very optimistic about Brock Purdy. I liked him at Iowa State. He does lack arm strength, but he is accurate, and he proved that he could get the job done, taking the Niners all the way to the NFC Championship game. 24 is Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G, he's played in the Super Bowl. He's been to a few different NFC Championship games, but Jimmy G has dealt with a lot of injuries and some inconsistent play over the years. The Raiders going from Derek Carr to Jimmy G basically was like going from Chili's to Applebee's. Don't expect much out of that Raider team this year. 23 is Mac Jones. Mac Jones, I think, is going to surprise some folks this upcoming season. I think that with Bill O'Brien coming in and with likely adding DeAndre Hopkins to that receiving core, you're going to see a breakout season from Mac Jones in 2023. I think that Mac Jones will be back in the Pro Bowl conversation again, and we're going to talk about a nice payday potentially for Mac Jones. Bill O'Brien is just what the doctor ordered for Mac Jones. Bryce Young, here's his numbers in college. Last year, 32 touchdowns, 5 picks. And think about this, too. One thing that if you're a Carolina Panther fan, I think you have to be excited about is that he carried that Alabama team on his back. They were in contention in close games because of Bryce Young. If you're a Carolina Panther fan, I know it's not going to be an exciting season ahead, but what you can be happy about is that you got a leader, you got a winner, a game breaker in Bryce Young as your quarterback. Who's the best rookie quarterback in 2023? Is it Bryce Young? I think so. Is it C.J. Stroud or is it Anthony Richardson? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Type BY for Bryce Young. Type CJ for C.J. Stroud. Type AR for Anthony Richardson. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. 22 on the list is Justin Fields from the Chicago Bears. More on him in just a second, but I think Justin Fields is due for a fantastic season in Chicago ahead, and he's going to be a breakout player this year. 21, I will defend this guy till the day I die. I think that he is disrespected way too much. He has shown that he can win big-time football games. He's dealt with a number of offensive coordinators who have been set up to fail way too many times, and yet he bounces back time and time again. Baker Mayfield at 21, but Baker Mayfield, if everything goes right for him, Baker Mayfield can get the job done. And I still believe, call this a hot take or not, if Baker Mayfield, if things go right, if he can stay healthy and if you put the talent around him, he's good enough to take a team to win a Super Bowl as far as I'm concerned. 20 is Derek Carr. Derek Carr, the last few years when he was in Las Vegas, every time he was cashing a paycheck, he was stealing money. You go to New Orleans, we know that he's got talent, but he hasn't been able to play to his full potential over the years. I have concerns about the situation in New Orleans, not necessarily being set up to succeed there, but nonetheless, he falls in at 20 on our list. 19, Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. Now, there's talk around the league. Some people think that Daniel Jones has worked his way already to be a top 10 quarterback. And it was just 1 year. Let's hold the phone on Daniel Jones here. And even last year, as much as he improved, the numbers still weren't great with Daniel Jones. He was all right. There's still more work to be done. I don't think he's better than Tannehill right now. And everybody's so quick to write off Ryan Tannehill already, looking to Will Levis. And Will Levis, according to reports, hasn't even beat out Malik Willis just yet. Ryan Tannehill can win football games and get the job done. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to a run-first offense, Ryan Tannehill's good enough as far as that goes. So, back to Justin Fields here. Here was the numbers he put together last year. 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, just over 2,200 yards. I think what you're going to see out of Justin Fields is a leap similar to what Jalen Hurts did last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think we're talking about that much of a step up for Justin Fields this upcoming season. He is going to be somebody to watch. I'm all in on Justin Fields as far as that goes. 17, Russell Wilson. Now, some of you might say dropping Russ all the way to 17 could be an overreaction off of one bad year. But I would tell you this. It wasn't just one bad year for Russell Wilson, that his play has been decreasing year by year as far as I'm concerned. I'm going with Russ here at 17. This is kind of his last shot. Sean Payton coming in, they're going all in. No excuses for Russ in 2023. 16, I got Geno Smith. 30 touchdowns last year. He was phenomenal, and he was great with the deep ball. Now you add in Jackson Smith and Jigba, Zach Charbonnet to the run game as well. Geno Smith, I think, is going to be even better than what he was last year. Watch out for Geno to have a fantastic year with the Seattle Seahawks. At 15, we find Jared Goff. Jared Goff was kind of left for dead, right? Took the Rams to a Super Bowl, but then things kind of fell off from there. Goes to the Detroit Lions, had a nice bounce-back season. They nearly made the playoffs. Jared Goff has all the tools. He's got a great arm. He can be accurate. He looks the part. Now can the Lions put it together? Watch out for Jared Goff. 14 on our list is Tua, and here's a guy in Tua that has had flashes, right? He's had some great moments. We know he can be accurate. He does struggle to push the football down the field at times, and he struggles to be healthy. But Tua is good enough to get the job done and very athletic. 13, this is a guy that I think has a chance to enter that top 5 conversation at the end of the season. That's Trevor Lawrence with the Jacksonville Jags. And the Jags, to their credit, have put some talent around him. We saw Christian Kirk. They got a lot of criticism for how much money they paid Christian Kirk last year, and Christian Kirk was actually pretty good. And you look at some of the other guys like Zay Jones and whatnot, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be an elite quarterback for a very long time, but he's still got to earn it. He's 13 right now. This is not what your ranking is at the end of this season. For now, based on the body of work he's done at this point, puts him at 13, but still more work to go as far as that goes. Number 12, Kirk Cousins of the Minnesota Vikings. And Kirk Cousins, I got to tell you, Kurt is a guy that we have seen play really well and really bad at times. You don't know what Cousins is going to show up from time to time, and that's the biggest problem. He gets into the top 12 because of what we've seen, that he can win at a high level and that he's got those tools and intangibles, but it's the consistency issues. It's some of those big-time games that he struggled that he can't get over the hump that holds him back. 11 is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun, first time he's played in, 2 years last year, and did not look like himself. He did not look like the quarterback of old. But the talent is there. We know he's super athletic. Get him another year in this system with those talent around him. There's no reason why Deshaun Watson shouldn't improve in 2023. Number 10, I have Dak on this list. Now, let me say this. I am no fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I am no defender of the Dallas Cowboys. But the criticism that Dak Prescott has been getting from around the NFL has been greatly exaggerated and greatly unfair for Dak, okay? Dak is better than Kirk Cousins. And people make Dak out to be like he's some bum. I was hearing Joy Taylor the other day say he's not good enough to take a team to the NFC Championship game. He was one game away the last 2 years, and other people made mistakes around him. Dak's a good quarterback. He can get the job done. 9 is Kyler Murray. Super athletic, had some health issues. Don't know necessarily when we're going to see him back on the football field, but there's not a faster quarterback in this league. He's got a great arm. Accuracy does need a little bit of work, but the athleticism is there. And think about this. He had Cliff Kingsbury as his OC. He had success despite having an incompetent head coach in Cliff Kingsbury the last couple of years. If Kyler can have the right coaching, let's see what he could do even more so, even with him being held back the way he was in Arizona. 8, Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford I have on this list. Matt Stafford proved a lot of doubters wrong when he came through and won a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams, winning that playoff game. Talent around him was really good. I would like to see Stafford cut back on the turnovers, but that ring was earned, not given, and he was a huge part of that. That's why he's number 8 on this list, because of that ring there. Back to Dak. Here were the numbers on Dak last year. 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. I think because of the pressure in Dallas, if he does that again, if it's another divisional round exit, Dak's done. I don't think the Cowboys bring him back. There's that much pressure. Whether it's right or wrong, that's the pressure on Dak entering this year. What's your confidence level in Dak? Let us know in the comment section. Scale it 1 through 10, what your confidence level is in the comment section below. Folks, we're talking about the National Football League each and every day here on NFL Daily. Don't miss out on daily news and rumors. Also, we are doing our live shows from time to time. We'll do our Red Zone watch parties during the season. This is the channel for the diehard NFL fan. Subscribe now for free today. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. You'll be glad you did. 7 on our list is Justin Herbert, social media's favorite quarterback. Justin Herbert has everything. Great arm, very athletic, very accurate quarterback. But where's the wins in the playoffs, Justin? Still more work to be done. There's no reason why Justin Herbert can't be an MVP caliber quarterback, but he still needs to take that next step. 6 is Lamar Jackson. He has won an MVP. We've seen Lamar Jackson play at an incredibly high level when it comes to what he's done. Remember, that MVP year, he led the league in passing touchdowns. People think that he's not this great of a passer. Did you forget about that? Yeah, you did. I think Todd Monken's going to be huge for him to take that next step up as a starting quarterback in this league. He should be a lot of fun. Expect Lamar to return similar to MVP form this year. 5 is Jalen Hurts. And I know that Jalen had the second best year in the league among quarterbacks last year, but this is an entire body of work. It's not just based on last season. It's as a whole. Took a big step up, got to number 5. Let's see if Jalen can do it again. What do you have for an encore for me? Number 4 is Aaron Rodgers. People think that Aaron's a bum now for whatever reason. Just a year ago, he was a back-to-back MVP, Aaron Rodgers was. Aaron Rodgers, maybe he's not the same quarterback that he was a couple years ago, Green Bay. I think that's still too early to say. He didn't have Devontae Adams last year. You put him in New York with all those receivers there, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is going to improve. Will he be the MVP quarterback that he was a year or two ago? I don't know about that. But the 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, those numbers, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get back up to better form this upcoming year and have a fantastic season. Number 3 on our list, Josh Allen. He would have been number 2, but he lost to number 2 on our list in the postseason, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow proved that he's better than Josh Allen for now anyway. This could flop back and forth, but I think they're very close between the two. And number 1, the most talented quarterback this league has ever seen. Okay, this guy doesn't grow on trees every day. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's won 2 MVPs, and he's just getting started. His best work is still ahead of him. Patrick Mahomes, without question, the number 1 quarterback in the league. No ifs and ands, buts, or about it. So there's our rankings for the top 32 quarterbacks. How would you grade our NFL QB rankings? A, B, C, D, or F? A's only allowed in the chat. Let us know in the comments section how you would grade our QB rankings. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, @Tyler Jones Live. You can find me there, and I'll see you next time right here on NFL Daily.